Hello everyone, welcome back to Rathbone Manor and my YouTube channel too. I thought you guys might like an update on a few of the tools I've been buying lately. All three of these are star buys from very recent car boot sales, flea markets if you will. We have a very nice 9-inch footprint wrench here. Very nice pair of pliers, I like those a lot, these little fellows. And these. Let's start with these, shall we? What do we have here? I think these are what they call battery nut pliers or nut pliers. These, I don't know who made these, but we have forged steel and CeKa on here stamped into it. Nothing on the other side apart from a P. And we also have the original owner's name on here, and I think it's J.D. Powell, because he's not managed to get the E and the L on there properly, probably because it's slightly slopey, I guess, but I think it's J.D. Powell. So I've not really been able to find too much about this particular company's pliers, because as I say, you know, CeKa, what's that all about? But I did manage to find, I believe it was on archive.org. There's a, I can't think of the name of the company now, but they've got a catalogue page there with their own pliers like these on there. Exactly the same design. And you can see there's a, it's from 1921, and you can see the guy there actually using a set of these fellows. They're like mine, these are fixed, as you can see there, fixed pivot. But you can also get them with a slip joint, which would be quite good. I wouldn't mind getting hold of a pair of slip joint from the car boot sale, like these. When I first got these, I mean, look at them now, look. When I first got them, they were absolutely seized solid and you could not move them at all. So basically what I did was I took them into work to the ultrasonic cleaning tank and left them in there for about 3 hours. Okay, so here we are in the garage at work with the nut pliers here, and as you can see they just simply won't open at all normally, so let's get them into the ultrasonic cleaning tank basket. There they go, in they go, and okay, so the nut pliers have had an hour in the ultrasonic tank, so let's see if they're loose or not by now. Okay, so here they are. Are they loose? Oh yeah, they're getting loose now, look guys. Look at that. That's better. Can we, yeah, we can also do them properly now, look. So they're getting there. Just need another few hours in the tank and I think they'll be fine. We'll leave them open this time. And there we go. Let's take a look at the nut pliers. And here they are, fresh out of the ultrasonic cleaning tank. And as you can see, they're freed up very nicely indeed. So I think what we'd better do is get these back into the studio. And of course, the you know, the ultrasonics, the vibration, and the heat of the liquid managed to get in the joint here. And this is the result. Look at that. Bit loose, but they are, I don't know how old these fellows are, but they're quite old. They're not new, that's for certain. So we have a wire cutter here. In fact, I'll tell you what we ought to do with these. Let's take them, whip them down to the workshop where we can actually give them a bit of work to do. Here we go. Let's try the wire cutter first. Got some 1mm copper here. Pop that in. Yep, chops that off nicely. What if we've got anything thicker? Well, this should be fun then. This is 3mm solid copper. I wonder. Will it go in there? It's just about gone in there. Oh, dare we do it? Let's give it a go. Oh yeah, wow. Chop that off nice and easily then. Now then, obviously I don't have any lead battery nuts here, but looking at the design of the jaws here. I would say it's meant to fit something like this size here. I believe this is an M12 here. As you can see, the fit is not too bad at all. So let's give this a go. We'll start with the nylock side of things here. It's quite easy to work. You can see there's quite a span on my hand just here, but it's still quite easy to work the nut up and down the thread here. And I think that's probably the idea, is it speeds things up a little bit, and also, you know, you've got a grip on it so you're not going to round off the edge of the lead nuts. I wonder how tight we can get this nut with them, because obviously not as good as a spanner, I wouldn't have thought, but here we go. God, two-handed, but yeah, that's a nice bit of torque going on right there. Cool, yeah, wow. So there we go, guys. The battery nut pliers with the added bonus of the previous owner's name on. Not quite so sure about doing that. That's not so nice, but you know, doing it like that is much nicer, I think. But they've come up quite nicely, haven't they? If you can remember what they were like when I first got them. Oops. If you remember what they were like when I first got them, they've cleaned up quite nicely. And then they had a dip in the vinegar as well, just to fetch the rust off. And right here is the result. Quite nice. Next up, the CeKa pliers here. Picked these up. I think they cost me £1. If you remember what they looked like when I first got them, they were a little bit on the rusty side of things, and I couldn't wait to clean these ones up, because I've got some other vintage pliers down there and they've cleaned it really well, and as you can see, these have come up rather well. Unfortunately, it looks like they've been laid in something fairly damp for a while, because we've got some rust pitting on this side, but they're still shiny. We've got some very nice markings on the handles. That's what attracted me to them. CeKa hard wire, and German make inside the handles. I do actually have another pair of pliers by the same company, because I believe this is CeKa Kammerling. These are pre-war. I don't know when they come from, what year they came from, but it's obviously pre-1945 anyway, so they could be up to 100 years old, or maybe older, I don't know. I've also got some other more modern CeKa pliers. They're also for hard wire, and they've got a 4-digit number as well. These have got a 4-digit number on them, but it's kind of worn away a little bit, but yeah, they're very nice indeed, these little fellows here. They cut fairly well. So hang on, let's get some wire up here. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll start with this 7020 multi-stranded stuff. As you can see, it's very small. Where are the pliers? Let's bring them in. Okay, if I can get it through the, here we are, into the jaws. I think they're a little bit worn just at this end, but you have to break it off a little bit. They cut a little bit better as you get towards the front of the jaws just here, look. They cut much better just there. What else we got? Got some tri-rated stuff here. That's fairly thick, as you can see. Should cut this nicely. Right. Yep. Yep, cuts up nicely, doesn't it? I wonder if we can get some of this this 2.5mm twin and earth in there. Let's look at that. Oh yes, we can do. Here we go. Oh, ping! Oh, right. I wonder if we can do the same again. Let's hit the bin again. No, that's gone off somewhere else this time. Cool. So they're still nice and sharp. Okay, we can just about make the number out here. Zoom in a bit, and we can just make it out. I believe it's 3972 is the number that comes up, and there's at least one picture of these pliers online. So we've got CeKa hardwire, German make. They've come up really nicely actually. They're nice and smooth. The handles feel quite nice. They're really slippery. As you can see, they're so smooth. I've polished them up so nicely. There's obviously a bit of wear on this checker in here, but they've come up really nice, I think, and they're definitely going into my collection. As I say, I do actually have 2 other pairs of pliers, vintage pliers, that I've polished up like this, and it lives in the same drawer as those 2. They're very nice. I like these. I think it's a little bit of wear on the end of the jaws there. Someone's chipped a bit off, so they have done a little bit of work over the years, but what a super pair of pliers. So next up is this 9-inch footprint wrench here. As you can see, it was quite rusty and a little bit grubby, but I thought to myself, as it's the first one of the year, I'm having it, because up to then I hadn't seen any footprint wrenches at all in the least. So basically I took it into work, put it into the ultrasonic cleaning tank at work, give it a good clean up. Stuck it on the wire wheel at home, and then give it a polish on the fibre wheel as well. And here is the result. What do you think, guys? Now, it wasn't until the following day, which I believe might have been another bank holiday like today actually, did I realise another bonus to this. Not only is it, in my mind, it's got a modified, because look at the gentle bend on the hook here, look, they're supposed to be straight, but it's got a quite nice gentle bend on there, so I think the guy's modified it for some reason or another. But another bonus I found with this, check this out. Oh, nice. As I said, it took me the next day. PB Mason, the original owner of this footprint wrench. Look at that. Nice. I always love it when I can find somebody's name on a tool, because it's a bit of history, hidden history to the tool that we will never ever probably be able to find out about. The other thing about this particular wrench, it does have a pivot pin, but I don't believe for one moment this is a proper footprint wrench pivot pin, and I will show you what I mean here. Here we have a NOS, more or less. This is factory fresh, I think. Don't think it's ever been used. Look at that, you can see how sharp the teeth are in here, because they've actually taken some of the coating off of the hook. So this is a lovely pair. When I can find them in this condition, especially this age, I will always pick them up. So NOS, right in. See the difference? What do we have here? This is not a footprint wrench at all. This is a copy. You can tell by the very poor riveting. Look at the difference. See the difference in the riveting there? Plus also we have bezer, and over on the other side of the hook we have, and this is pretty cool, we have H. I think that's PB by the looks of it in a circle, and 1939. Excellent. Right, let's take a look at the pivot pins, shall we? Let's get all the pivot pins out and have a look. Okay, on the left is the pivot pin from Mr. Mason's footprint wrench. Here is the pivot pin from the 1938, and it looks slightly bent to me as well actually, I've just noticed that. Copy. And here we have a genuine, come on focus, a genuine footprint pivot pin here. In fact, it's got the footprint logo etc. on the top there, so you can see there is a considerable difference between the two. And for those of you who are not familiar with the footprint wrench, they're basically like a pair of pliers, but you can adjust them. We've got different size, different spacings of holes in the hook, so you take the pivot pin out. There they all are, look, you get a variety of different positions. We then slide it along to where you think you might need it, put the pivot pin back in again, and that's how you can adjust it for different sizes. So So it's quite an interesting wrench, this one, and I'm glad I picked it up. I'd say it's the first one I found this year. I have got a load of 9-inch footprint wrenches. I've got so many, it's unbelievable, so I shouldn't really be buying them, but I'm so glad that I did actually pick this one up, because we have the odd pivot pin there, and what I believe to be a modified hook on the end here, the pry bar stroke screwdriver. So obviously Mr. Mason used this as more of a pry bar than anything else. Look at the gentle sweep on that. So I think he's modified that. It's not in too bad a condition. We don't have any teeth missing as far as I can see. In fact, there is a little bit of damage to the teeth in there, so he's definitely used it, but it's in fairly good nick. So yeah, pretty glad that I picked that one up. So there we go, guys. All of these three were star buys from previous visits to the car boot sale. I'd like to pick up a nice footprint wrench. Really, I should be purchasing smaller ones, because I've got loads of 9 inches, so the smaller ones like 4 and 5 inches, 6 inches if I can find a 6 inches, if there's such a thing, can't remember. I should be purchasing those, or really big ones. Pliers, well, I just can't help myself with pliers, can I? Obviously, I mean, look, really, I haven't got any of these, and when I saw that I thought, oh yeah, I'm definitely having those. Nut pliers. Obviously designed to speed up the job of swapping the battery on a car, I would imagine, without rounding off the lead nut, as you might do with an adjustable or a standard pair of pliers possibly. These old things, well, they're very nice. I just can't help myself when it comes to pliers, guys. I really can't. If I can find a nice pair of pliers, I mean, you can't get nicer than those. Look at that. I mean, they've got a bit of pitting on the back, but so what? Very nice. I like those a lot, actually. So let me know, guys, which is your favourite of this lot. I like them all. I haven't got any of these until now. They've come up quite nicely, I think. Don't know how old they would be. But the catalogue I showed you earlier on was from 1921, so maybe, possibly. And these are pre-war, definitely. I'm not sure how old these would be, but I think they may be 30s, 40s, 50s maybe. Possibly from the 60s, something like that. Because I did change the design a little bit from the 70s onwards. But yeah. 3-star buys. Let me know in the comments down below which is your favourite of these. Don't forget you can also subscribe to the channel. If you like the video, please feel free to click a like, because that will help me along as well. Leave me a comment down below. You can also join me on Instagram. These have already been on Instagram along with anything else I've been purchasing recently, such as my little champs here. Look at those. They're nice, aren't they? Alright, so let me know what do you think of the video, guys? What do you think of the tools? Which is your favourite? I will be going along hopefully to the car boot sale this coming Sunday, because I believe they've got an auto jumble this week. So I like going along when there's an auto jumble, because you get different stalls with the different bits and pieces, different tools. It's quite interesting, quite like it, and it fills it out and you get a bit more of a choice then. Okay then, guys, well, thanks for popping over to Rathbone Manor. Thanks for taking a look at all these star buys, and I will catch you on the next one.